Hello guys, welcome back to the channel, and today I am going to discuss and make a small review about the Samsung Galaxy M21. Now this phone I purchased recently from Amazon, and this phone I purchased for my father since he wanted to replace his older phone. Now this phone is available on Amazon for 15,999 rupees, so that is 16,000 rupees. And let me remind you, there is also a 4GB variant which is available for 14,000 rupees, that is 13,999. so it is almost 14,000 rupees. So for 2,000 more you get the 6GB variant with 128GB inbuilt storage. Now this phone is a pretty average phone because my main reason why I went for this phone is because I needed a Samsung phone only, and I didn't want any Chinese brands like Redmi or Realme or all those brands, so I was not interested in looking at those phones. And also, since Samsung is a reliable brand, I went for this brand. So at my budget was fixed at approximately 15,000, which I slightly stretched to 16,000, and my main priority was having a great screen. So because Samsung makes amazing AMOLED panels, and this phone is having a Full HD AMOLED panel, I went ahead with this phone. So I didn't have much option. I just had another option, that is a Samsung F41, which is having 64GB of RAM, and my second option was the Samsung Galaxy M21. Even though this phone is almost more than a year old, Samsung is not recently going to launch any other models, so I went ahead with this phone. So recent in their launch lineup, I don't think they have any budget models, at least ahead. Most of the models which they are going to launch are going to be about 20,000 rupees or at least around 90,000, and my budget was almost around 14,000, so I went ahead with this phone. Now to talk about this phone, is first thing I have to tell you the processor. The processor is a pretty average processor. It is a 10 nanometer processor. The 9611 Exynos processor from Samsung is almost a year old. It's actually more than a year old, and the performance. So what should matter is the performance, and the performance which it provides on this phone is pretty good. I have the same processor on my A50s, and the performance on the A50s with the same processor is just average, but somehow, maybe because this phone has the core version of One UI, this performance is pretty good on the phone. So it is pretty well optimized on the M21 compared to the A50s, so it's a good thing for this phone. Also, this phone has 6GB of RAM and 128GB of storage, so I don't know whether that is actually affecting the performance. But even in regular day-to-day tasks, I found this phone to be slightly more snappier than the performance on my A50s, which has almost the similar specs. The screen is a 6.4-inch screen AMOLED display, so it is a pretty vivid screen. And if you compare the other phones like the Redmi Note 9 Max and the Redmi Note 9 Pro, even though they have better looks on the outside, the screen is way beyond any LCD screen available in the market at this price. So that is the reason why I went for this phone. And AMOLED screens are just awesome because the color saturation is very good, and even my dad spends a lot of time watching videos and watching a lot of YouTube, so color saturation will be a very plus point for him also, and he'll definitely enjoy the brand new screen which is going to experience. That's why I decided to go for this phone. And also, there is also, if I to tell you, the battery life on this phone also is very nice. It has approximately 6000 mAh battery. So to be frank, this gives you at least a day of battery life, a day or slightly more than that, considering that you are using it heavily to play. Means I used it initially heavily to play games, and also browsing the web and YouTube videos I was using it to watch. So it gave me an overall battery life of approximately a day of battery life. so I have no complaints with the battery life. If I had to just compare it with my A50s, my A50s almost gives me around 15 hours or 16 hours of battery life, and then I had to plug it into the charger. Now this gives me almost, it takes me through the day. It will give you approximately 24 hours of battery life, and the battery life is good. Even though it doesn't have fast charging, it only supports 15 watt fast charging, and the charger is provided in the box. But the charging is pretty slow. It will take you almost 2 hours to completely charge this battery, and that is slightly slow. But considering that the battery capacity is very large, you can justify. You can just plug it at night and switch it on in the morning. So that's there. Then overall, the Android which is there on this is, when I unboxed it, it had Android 10, but then I had the update for Android 11 when I connected to the internet. So overall, it's giving you the latest software and the latest security patches get installed once you update this. Then to tell you, the warranty provided on this phone is a 1 year manufacturer warranty for the phone and 6 months for the accessories. That means if anything happens to your charger or your charging cable, then that is not covered under warranty beyond 6 months. So they only have 6 months of warranty. And secondly, I want to tell you is this phone comes only with the extra charger and charging cable, and there is no headphones provided with this phone, and also there is no case provided. So if you're planning to purchase this phone, you better, first thing you have to do is you have to also purchase a screen guard and a case, because this is extremely prone to fingerprints and scratches. So if you don't take care of this phone, it's going to get scratches on its back part, because it is not very scratch resistant, and it's going to look very ugly with those fingerprints. So the best thing is to do is either you purchase a designer case or you purchase some TPU transparent case and place it or snap it on the phone as soon as you purchase it, because this is extremely prone to scratches. Samsung has to work on the back finish of these phones. They should provide some matte finish or something so that it does not get scratches and does not also look cheap to hold in the hand. That is the only complaint which I have against this phone. The specifications at 15,000 rupees is pretty average, and actually I'm happy with the specifications. My only complaint is regarding the back panel quality, which is not very good compared to the phones. Even some 10,000 rupees Chinese phones are having better back plastic quality than this phone. That's why that is the complaint which I have. Now, no phone is completely perfect, and this also has its own fault. So this is the major issue with this phone. Secondly, if I had to tell, the second issue is, even though it has an AMOLED screen, they have somehow not provided an in-display fingerprint sensor, which is actually in vogue nowadays. So that is there. Samsung should, I think they have, in their future models they might provide it, but they have provided with the back fingerprint sensor which is fast. But still I would wish that there is a in-display fingerprint sensor. Now talking about the cameras are pretty average. It does have a 48 megapixel camera. The rear facing camera is 48 megapixel, and it has an 8 megapixel wide angle and a 5 megapixel depth sensor. The front camera is a 20 megapixels camera, and it has pretty good photo shoots overall. Now I have no complaints with the camera. The camera is very good performing for this price point. Now it does have, I think it has a Samsung ISOCELL GM2 sensor. So it does not have a Sony sensor. It does have a Samsung sensor only inside, and the camera is pretty good. I have no complaints about the camera. Now also I want to mention one thing which my A51 had, is it had knock security, and this phone does not have knock security. So knock security is a hardware based security. So it provides hardware based integration of security for your phone. So it gives an extra layer of security to your important files and folders on your phone. Now that is not available on this phone, and it cannot be installed via software. Separate hardware chips are required, so that is missing in this phone. So that's there. The UI, somehow it has Android 11, so it is the latest UI, and it also has One UI One UI 3.0 is supported on this phone, and it is released with the latest Android 11 update. One UI 3.0 is there, which is pretty good. Overall, I think I've told you almost all the features about this phone. Guys, if you have any other doubts regarding this phone, then please do ask me in the comment section. I'll try to answer it. This phone is available in two color options, either the blue color variant or the black color variant, and definitely everyone should stay away from that blue color variant. It's better to go for the black color variant because it looks much better than blue. And secondly, I think there is one more color, the ice blue. I don't know, it's not yet released or it's not available on Amazon right now. It might be available by next month, so you can also consider that color. It looks pretty cool, but it was not available when I was purchasing the phone, so that's there. And if you have any other doubt, or if you feel, now also I'll tell you, if you have an option of purchasing the F21 and the Samsung Galaxy M21, please forget about the F21. That is, I don't know why Samsung has released such a phone. They have just released for the sake of making a phone. They have made a model and they are selling the exact same phone with a slightly inflated price point on Flipkart. So I don't know what they are doing. So please do consider the M21. If you don't want to go for the M21, go for the M31. Pay a little more, go for the M31. And even if you don't want M31, you want little more specifications, then you should consider the M31s. Now, if you want a more premium phone, you can look at the A series, which is slightly more expensive. It is available at around 22,000 rupees to 30,000 rupees. So the A series is a more premium phone from Samsung, and definitely it looks much better and performs better than the M series, so you can have a look. Now, I would just consider Samsung just because of the brand value Samsung provides. Samsung and Apple phones provide great brand value, and also when you plan to resell these phones after using maybe for 2 to 3 years, you get a good amount of money. If you plan to sell your Xiaomi or Realme or Redmi phones, the depreciation value is very high. That means these phones lose their value. If you have a 15,000 phone, then you end up selling them for just around 2,000 or 3,000 rupees. But if they are Samsung phones, you can still sell them for at least 2,000 rupees more, so at least 4,000 or 5,000 rupees. You will still get with a Samsung phone. So Samsung phones have higher depreciation value and brand value overall. Not to mention, Samsung service is much better than the other brands. I'm not saying Apple, but it's much better than Xiaomi, Oppo, Vivo. These brands are nowhere close to Samsung. Samsung service is just outstanding, and I have also given my previous phones for service, so I'm telling you first-hand experience. And I've had very bad experience with my OnePlus, which is also a Chinese brand. So I've never gone back to OnePlus ever since. I've had bad experience with Honor, Huawei, which is also a Chinese brand. So now I'm not going towards those brands, and I always prefer buying Samsung or maybe Apple. These are my only preferable brands which I would like to buy, because these brands provide great value, and the ownership experience is very nice, and also over a couple of years they depreciate much less than compared to those Chinese phones which are out there, and they are selling almost at very low prices, and they attract you a lot. But always remember, Samsung is Samsung. Xiaomi is nowhere close to Samsung. Samsung and Apple are much ahead of any of these brands when it comes to ownership experience. So once you own a Samsung phone and once you see those AMOLED screens, you're not going back to those cheap Chinese phones. So guys, this was my overall short review, and if you have any doubts regarding this phone, or if you are considering purchasing any other phone, also you can comment and ask me. I'll try to give you a satisfactory answer. If you like what I have said in this video, you can put a like. If you don't like, you can place a dislike. Please do comment if you have any doubts, and please share this with your friends, and please subscribe to my channel, because this is a new channel, and once you subscribe, it will help me and it will motivate me to make more videos for you guys. So guys, thank you a lot, and see you in another video shortly. Good night, take care.